Hey guys, what's going on? In this video, I want to look at dealing with frustration if you find that it's negatively impacting your performance in sport.
I'm a huge fan of the way you lose control and turn into an enormous green rage monster.
Okay, so let's get into it. Frustration affects you in two main ways when you're performing. Number one, it causes you to become physically tense and less effective physically in your actions, in your movements, in the things that you do while you compete. Number two, it causes you to lose your mind and become distracted or focus on the wrong things or make really rash or bad decisions. Emotions are a part of sport. We're not trying to get rid of them altogether, but you've got to make sure that frustration doesn't get the better of you when you're trying to compete. So a lot of frustration comes down to the expectations or the demands that you're placing on yourself when you go out there to perform. So you've got to make sure that these are rational and realistic, because otherwise you're setting yourself up for some trouble. For example, if you're telling yourself it's going to be a nightmare if you make a couple of mistakes when you're performing, or if you expect that you should put away and score every single opportunity that comes your way, that's kind of setting yourself up for some frustration. There's nothing wrong with having high standards. That's what great performances are built on, but you've got to make sure you're asking the right things of yourself. Another thing worth considering is when you actually get frustrated, when you're performing, is your response professional or is it amateur? And what I mean by that is, do you show some awareness and recognize that you're getting frustrated and then figure out what the problem is, what's causing it, and then start trying some solutions to deal with it, like a pro would? Or do you just let the frustration take control, let it run you, and let it mess with your head and drive your performance and your decision making downhill, like an amateur? You're in control of that response. You choose which path you take. It just takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of self-control to respond like a pro. Now, there's a little breathing routine that you can do to help relax you physically, which can help dealing with that frustration when you're performing, all right? Ratio breathing is really simple. All you do is breathe deeply and then breathe out for twice as long as you breathe in, all right? So if you breathe in for 2 seconds, you're breathing out for about 4 seconds, all right? Try it with me. Feel the relaxation. All that does is activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which just reduces that physical tension, that physical activation you get that kind of comes along with being frustrated. Combine that with a little bit of self-talk, all right? Maybe stay calm or refocus, and you've got yourself a nice little breathe, talk, and back into the play routine that you can use. So look, reducing frustration takes some practice and it takes some effort, but it is doable and it's essential if you want to perform at your absolute best in the heat of battle, in the heat of competition, in those really difficult situations, all right? It just takes a concerted effort on your part to practice and become better at managing that frustration. And that starts with making sure your expectations are in line with reality and making sure that you are a pro and aware of when that frustration takes hold and that you take steps to deal with it. Okay, good luck to all you rage monsters out there and dealing with your frustration. If you found this video helpful, it'd be great if you could give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!